All right, I'm going to level with you right off the bat. Today we're playing some Landfall in Standard, best of 3, and I know I have said some pretty nasty things about this deck in my recent videos, and in fact my opinion of this deck is still very, very low. However, there's no denying that this deck is one of the best decks that you could possibly be playing if you want to be playing the best thing on the ladder. So it got me thinking, how good actually is this deck and how does it play in the current field? I think to know thy enemy, we have to put ourselves in the shoes of thy enemy to truly understand them. So I went on over to Untappd to look at the most recent stock lists, and to my surprise, most of the lists are not playing the Sapling Nursery. The Sapling Nursery has moved to the sideboard in a couple of decks, but a lot of decks have just completely cut it altogether. So this is the list that I'm going to be playing today, and I think it looks pretty interesting. We are all in on the Earthbender Ascension, pumping up all of our humble creatures into massive monsters and giving a trample. And then of course we have the Mightform Harmonizer to really end the game, doubling up on everything. And of course, to complement that, we're running 4 copies of the Icetill Explorer so that we can get double landfall triggers, quadruple landfall triggers in a lot of cases. So that's what we're going to try to do. Nice and simple. The rest of the deck, I'm sure you guys know what's going on with this thing. I don't need to go over everything. In the sideboard, we have a little bit more removal with the Meltstrider Resolve. We have a little bit of graveyard hate with the Soul Guide Lantern. This card is actually very interesting, and this card actually hosed me in one of my matchups recently when I was trying to get into Diamond. This is a Terra Botanist. This thing, 2/3 for 2, pretty good stat line. It says whenever a land you control enters, you gain 1 life. So if you have this on the field and you have an Icetill Explorer letting you put a whole bunch of extra lands onto the field, suddenly you are stabilizing very easily against some of these decks that are trying to burn you down quickly. 2 copies of Paw Patch Formation. This thing kind of does a lot of different stuff. It hits enchantments, it hits flying creatures, and if we need it, we can just draw a card and create food. Mossborn Hydra is in the sideboard, just in case we run into some of these matchups where the opponent doesn't have a whole lot of interaction. We can bring this in and really end a game quickly. Scrap Shooter if we need to take out some artifacts or enchantments, and 1 more Surrak Elusive Hunter if we go up against a deck that has a ton of interaction. So that's the deck. We're going to try it out on the ladder. We're going to see if Badgermole Cub still makes this deck absolutely pop off. See you over in the games. All right, so we're gonna try some Landfall. And actually the real reason I'm playing Landfall today is because I was having a little bit of a hard time breaking from Platinum into Diamond, and I kept getting beat down by Badgermole Cub decks. So a friend of mine, he's like, well, you know, Badgermole Cub, it is arguably the best card in the format right now, one of the best cards, so there's a reason for that. Oh, Duress turn 1 for my Esper Origins, that's pretty good. Please take the Meltstrider Resolve. I need the, well, at least the Esper Origins is something that we can play from the graveyard at the very least. So yes, anyways, I decided let's play some Landfall, and the Landfall deck carried me very smoothly from Platinum into Diamond. It was actually like incredibly smooth. I'm gonna put out the Fable Passage just to thin the deck a little bit here. We are drawing so many lands, so yeah, we'll see how things go. Hopefully the deck plays well enough. That's all one can really hope for. We are against probably a Doomsday Excruciator deck. It seems to be the case. That's the deck that tends to have Duresses in the main board. Stock up though, the opponent is definitely giving us a little bit of time here, and I'm wondering now, what should I do? Should I go out with the Esper Origins, or do I go with the Icetill Explorer on this turn? I'm kind of leaning towards the Esper Origins. This is going to help fix the top of my library a little bit, and then it gives me a pretty good attacker for future things. Hey, Surrak is kind of good though. Don't need that. Don't need that. Actually, Promising Vein in the graveyard, pretty good. That's where we want it to be, and this should find us some. There is literally one. Not. I gotta verify, but this says reveal the top card of your library if it's a permanent card. I'm kind of thinking that the 2 Esper Origins, I believe there are only 2 in the deck. This is the only other non-permanent in the deck. Aren't I lucky? I feel like I'm a lucky boy today. Uh-oh. This video might be shaping up to be a bit of a miserable existence. Oh, I'm nervous now. Okay, so we can go Icetill Explorer and then start putting a whole bunch of lands onto our field. But what does that really achieve? Otherwise, I could go out with a Surrock, and then it's a card that I could at least start attacking in with. That's a little bit more of a hardy attacker. You know what I like, actually? Surrock plus Esper Origins. I think this is probably just a better overall play. Oh, we do have more. Oh, so there are 4 Esper Origins in the deck? Okay. We don't want an Icetill Explorer. We probably don't want the Esper Origins. So show me something. Well, no. Okay. Only when we play it from our graveyard for 4 do we get to do the reveal the top card part. I love the art on this card, man. I'm so happy I bought this one. Okay, opponent does have a Restless Reef that we do have to be aware of sitting there. This thing is a 4/4 Death Toucher. Yep. So that could be a bit of a problem soon. But if they're holding up the Restless Reef to block the Surrock, I think I'm in okay shape. Great. Great. No problem. I'm super fine with how everything is shaping up in this set of games. I'm going to go with the Earthbender Ascension. This gives me an attacker. It lets me put a few things on the field, and then the Icetill Explorer with the Earthbender Ascension can be quite a powerful thing. They are down to 14. We can start attacking in with maybe some creature lands of our own. They can take our resolve. It's not going to do anything. I think Restless Reef costs 4 to load up. Yep. So no concern there. If they end up taking out our forest here, I think it might be better to go with the Esper Origins over the Icetill Explorer. But I kind of have a feeling that they have plenty of interaction for us. What are they taking? They're going to get a copy of Icetill Explorer themselves. So they are now playing extra lands. Do they have lands to play? They don't actually have lands to play from their graveyard, though. Okay, there is one land, though. And they milled a Kavaro. That probably sucks for them. They have another land. It's a Hex. Good. Oh, Hex in the graveyard. Good for us. Hopefully they don't have another Hex in hand for our poor force. Ooh. So Esper Origins or Earthbender Ascension. I think it's going to be Esper Origins. This gives me 2 more surveils. We want to find that on the top of our library. What do I have? Hang on, in my graveyard. It doesn't actually matter. We don't want 2. So we'll put 1 into our hand. And this is going to allow us to start triggering the Earthbender Ascension next turn. We're not going to do it this turn. We don't need to be too hasty here. And next turn, we're going to be able to do a lot of stuff because we do have the extra mana from the Summon Esper Monduin. Okay, a second Restless Reef. Let's see what they mill. They actually mill the land, so they get their another land drop. They're flooding out here, though. We could be in a little bit of trouble if they keep putting a ton of mana onto the board, and then they can do, you know, other nasty things like more Day of Black Suns. This is X4. They would only have to do it for X2 to wipe our board. Pretty nasty stuff. What we really need to find is a boss, I think. We haven't seen any of them. There's the Requiting Hex. It hurts. It hurts. I really wanted to keep that on the board, but you know what? It's maybe not the biggest problem. The bigger problem is the Restless Reef. Oh, they loaded up to attack in, so they want to start hitting us, which I'm super fine with. If they come in for 8, okay. You do you, opponent. You get your damage in. I'm so fine with that. No Bossing Say is going into the graveyard there, notably. As long as they don't have a Hex in hand, we can actually hit them pretty hard on this turn. They seem to have something, though. Like, they played their 2 lands. Okay. So, let's go first with Earthbender Ascension, number 2. And we get to load up the Fable Passage. I believe this is the best, probably the best way to go about it, right? Okay, and we can start putting stuff here. And then we do have to crack this, unfortunately. But that is okay. I really hope they don't have a Hex. That's all I'm worried about right now is a Hex. Now I'm kind of thinking... I was going to put out the Icetill Explorer. But now I'm thinking that I might want to go with the Esper Origins over the Icetill Explorer. We are going to attack in with the forest before we go ahead and do the Esper Origins thing. Try to draw out a removal spell if they have that. We are at 18. We'll go up to 20 with the Esper Origins if it resolves. But this is a pretty good attacker. Maybe I should have put out the... I don't know. If they have a Hex, then they could have chosen to hit the Esper Origins with a Hex. Oh, Bitter Triumph. But here I'm kind of losing a little bit of value because I don't have anything that I can put the +1/+1 counters on. I don't think it matters. Don't want. Okay, show me something good on the top. Harmonizer? Bossing Say? Surrock? Okay. I've seen worse cards. So there's one more land. They mill another swamp and they have a surveil. What do they do with the surveil? Put it in the grave? No, they keep it on top. So they like the look of the top of their library. Summon Esper Mondoin needs to kind of get a lot of damage in, and it will be able to do quite a bit of damage. All of these Fable Passages are going to be +2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I think I can get +10 on it next turn. So even if they keep back one of the Restless Reefs as a blocker, which they actually don't have the mana for the Restless Reef right now, unless they put out the Swamp, which they will, right? Okay, now with the Kavaro and the Restless Reef back, they do have enough to mitigate the damage that the Summon Esper Mondoin would do if that is their plan. But in that case, they will lose the land, they will lose the Kavaro, and they will take quite a bit of damage, and we will have an Icetill Explorer and a Surrock on the field for follow-up attacks. But if they end up using this 4 mana or 5 mana that they have in a different way, maybe the Mondoin can actually get in. Well, not that way. Don't do it that way. Why'd you gotta do it like that? All right. Surrock onto the field. Icetill Explorer onto the field. Let's put Bossing Say onto the field. That's what we like to see. And we'll load up, we'll split up the +1/+1 counters, I suppose. And Bossing Say. Yep. And so what we're gonna do is probably just use the mana from these Bossing Says to create an Earthbent Fable Passage, I believe. And I don't have any more land drops, right? Do I attack? No. Why would I attack? Okay, so they now need to wipe the board. They need to actually... They need another like Day of Black Sun on X4. That would also get rid of their Kavaro. They have another Restless... Well, of course they have a Restless Reef. They killed the Restless Reef with their Day of Black Sun. So that could be their second land drop. I think they already played out the Swamp this turn. Man, this is turning into kind of an interesting matchup right off the bat. A very grindy one, though. Crazy that the opponent hasn't found any like Deceits or Doomsday Excruciators. Why do I speak? Why do I speak? What are they bouncing? The Icetill Explorer, probably? You 100% have to get rid of the Icetill Explorer. But we do get a draw with the Surrock, I believe, right? This is if a becomes the target of an ability or a spell. Badgermole Cub. Badgermole Cub, okay. It's not the worst card I've ever seen. In fact, it's actually kind of good because we can crack the Fable Passage, but still have a couple of creatures attacking in with the Earthbend ability, and they're now tapped out. Surrock. Okay, do they have enough? They do have enough mana to load up the Restless Reef. So we just need to make attackers that are big enough. Okay. So we're gonna do Badgermole Cub on a forest. We're going to do Badgermole Cub on a forest. We are going to forest and spread out all of this beautiful love. How much do I want to spread it out, though? I don't think I want to spread it out that much. because I do still need them to be 5 damage attackers at the very least. So let's do one more here. And then what I can do is I can attack in with Surok and with everything. Do I just attack with everything? I'm probably going to be cracking the Fable Passage almost no matter what. No, so I don't want to attack in with it. And then going in with this Forest, probably not necessary. Okay, let's just go in with these two. I probably could have used, yeah, I definitely could have used the Forest mana, because this thing is actually generating a ton of mana. I could have used that to do the bossing say one more time to put an extra +2/+2 on this one right here. It probably would have been better to have done that, but we'll see. We'll see. This, I'm actually kind of into this one. The opponent top decking me. I'm top decking. Like, this is fun. How much damage are you letting through though? There's still another 4 points of damage that they need to account for from the Fable Passage. So you should be careful, opponent. That's probably the best block with the Restless Reef, but you probably need to block a little bit harder with it. Okay. Okay. So we are going to do this. And I think probably what I want to do is I want to load it all on this thing here. And that way we wipe their board. We sit here with some creatures with bossing say we do a tiny bit of damage to the opponent, but now they are boardless. They are top decking. They do not have any more creature lands because they murdered everything. And you know what? For good measure, let's load up another forest. Okay. That was a fun one. I actually don't really mind. Oh, come on. Wizards. Wizards, picture game. Okie dokie. What are we bringing in against a Doomsday Excruciator deck? I actually don't even really know, other than Soul Guide Lantern. Do I also want the Suroks? The Surok doesn't seem so bad because the opponent's probably going to have quite a bit of spot removal for my stuff. Going down Melt Strider Resolve, I don't think it's going to do very much in this matchup. I also kind of feel a little bit lukewarm about the Llyanowar Elves. The Llyanowar Elves, awfully vulnerable. Shaz's Chocobo, they're going to have so many hexes. I think it might be okay to take them out. I'm actually really not sure if I want to be taking out the top end or the low end of this deck when I am mulliganing. Okay. Game number 2. That was a 16-minute game 1. Sometimes you get into those matchups where things just grind to a halt. Opening hand looks okay. Yeah, it looks pretty good. We definitely need the 3rd land to get up to the Earthbender Ascension. If we can get this onto the field, we'll be in real good shape. We gotta hope that they don't have an annul. If they have the annul, they have the annul. This card, by the way, if you do have your... Is it Fable Passage now? Because that's my 3rd land. Do I really need to run out the Shaz's Chocobo? And I think the answer is probably it's okay to go like this. So we will grab, of course, you know what? I just as a little bit of an appreciation. Fable Passage, what a wonderfully designed card. There are few cards these days that like make me think a little bit extra about how I have to play them. Fable Passage is one of those cards that does have a very big upside, but it also has that huge drawback. So you really have to be careful and really measure out when you want to play out your Fable Passage, when you want to save it for future things. I just think it's a really well-designed card. Less well-designed cards are cards that just do everything and you just automatically slam them whenever you see them. Deceit. But it's fine. I mean, it's fine. Deceit's fine. Fine. Kavaro, fine. Okay, we lost our poor Badgermole, but that's okay. We get to put out a Shaz's Chocobo. We do have the Royal Treatment if we really want to save it, and we are gearing up for an Earthbender Ascension on turn number 3. Again, hoping that they don't have the Annul or Spell Pierce. I'm sure they're packing both, right? Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, man. Sketchy. So they are passing over to us. They only have one black or blue mana. This Cavern of Souls is pretty useless to them. I have to assume that they have the annul, but we have a second Earthbender Ascension. We're going to go through the first annul. Excuse me? That art, ooh, is so good. But flash freeze, with, okay, it counters red spells. So with how prominent, is that now Badgermole Cub? Yeah. With how prominent red and green are, I guess it's fine because this also hits the prowess red decks, right? Sure. Okay, I can get behind that. Pretty good start for us. We do get to start doing our crazy stuff, and if we end up finding a Fable Passage or an Icetill Explorer with our Mightform Harmonizer, and the Royal Treatment could be really good, we could take advantage of the opponent getting stuck on 2 mana pretty darn quickly. If we don't, maybe we're on the Bossing Say plan. Okay. Ooh, stock up. Okay, so we have our opportunity. It's actually a pretty good stock up time for the opponent because we are pretty slow overall, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to really capitalize on this, but they are down to 14. Icetill Explorer. Icetill Explorer. Yes. And then yes. And then yes. Oh no, is this, how much? Oh, I don't think I can do that much damage. I'm super overcommitting here. But I think it's kind of fine. And wait a second. Wait a second. Is this enough damage? This is so stupid. Oh, that's an evil laugh, isn't it? That is 18 damage. I'm not gonna take it up to 40. Would it go up? No, it would go up to 39, 38, 38, something like that. Wow, wow. All because Icetill Explorer is a broken card. I'm awfully happy that game number 2 did not go nearly as long as game number 1. We need a little bit faster games now. Hoping that things continue to go smoothly. Hey, you know, having the 1, 2, 3 is a pretty good way to go about things. And we also have a little bit of interaction. Imagine that, mono green deck with some interaction. However, this card, man, this is a weird card to me. I think it's good. It's obviously good. But there have been a lot of... Opponent, are you Doomsday Excruciator Part 2? Is that like the hot deck? There have been a lot of times when I've had this Meltstrider's Resolve, and I just am 1 point of damage short of being able to kill whatever my opponent's bad thing is. And it's so annoying. The opponent with the Flood Pitch Drowner. Okay, so maybe we are in fact not a Doomsday Excruciator deck. Let's use the Meltstrider's Resolve while we can. We'll use it, I guess, on the Badgermole. Maybe I should use it on the Shazzy Chocobo. It doesn't really matter. We will fight here. We'll get in for 4 damage, and we are doing this to protect our forest. I don't really want them shuffling away my forest. I think it would be pretty devastating, especially since they're probably not a Doomsday Excruciator deck. They're just a Dimir deck. They're just a Dimir deck. That's fun to say. I'm going to be greedy. I'm going to put out the Earthbender Ascension. Hopefully they don't have a main board counterspell for it. Okay. And I'm doing this because, well, it lets my Chocobo get a little bit bigger. My Chocobo's dead. That's a shame. So, Badgermole Cub, you get to attack in. It's something. And now I suppose we are... What are we looking for? We are looking for... I don't know, more Earthbender Ascensions? We're certainly going to be attacking in with the whole crew here. Awkward. Shurok. Okay, Shurok to the field. They can't counter it. They're going to have to act now if they want to remove something from our board.
And they do have the Badgermole Cub, which is fine. Or they have the removal for the Badgermole Cub. Do I want to just load up the field, or do I want to attack in for 3? And I think with the opponent down to 6, I think I just attack in for 3. We have the Surok sitting here with Trample. Sure, they have a Soulstone Sanctuary and all these things that are pretty nasty, but I think it's fine. It's super fine, right? Fable Passage. We're going to crack the Fable Passage and grow our... Oh, they neuter my poor Shaz's Chocobo. So let's get at least a little bit of extra value onto the Shaz's Chocobo here. So it's at least a 1-2, and now it's kind of neutered. And from here, I just attack in, and I think there's nothing they can do because Surok has Trample. By the way, I decided not to restart my client because I want to just leave this awful glitchy looking mess at the top of my client, just to remind people that Wizards doesn't fix their stuff. I think, oh man, is this a good card to bring in against this opponent? This opponent's going to have a ton of interaction, so maybe it's not so good. Maybe another Surok is going to be good. Like, once I get this on the field, I get a lot of value out of all of their targeted stuff. Of course, they probably just use their stuff to kill the Surok, but if they're sitting on hexes, they have to use that on other stuff. That could be kind of cool. Sure, we'll do like that. And then we will maybe drop down 1 Esper Origins, and I think it's probably fine. I don't need to bring in too much removal because I feel like I'm going to go ahead and put the aura onto one of my creatures, and the opponent is just going to like Doomblade it away. Any number of Doomblades that exist in this format. Everything dies to everything. But that's one of the cool things about this deck. I've been having a good time playing this deck for the most part because it does feel a little bit resilient. I kind of want to try the version with the Sapling Nurseries that are in the sideboard, but for now, I mean, this is good enough. There's a Requiting Hex for my poor Chocobo. Knowing that, maybe I should have saved the Royal Treatment. That's okay. If this Lllanowar Elf survives, we will be in really good shape to maybe get a Surok on the field and be able to hold up the Royal Treatment. Bitter Bloom Bearer, so they're going to be kind of doing a lot of damage to themselves, helping us out. I don't imagine they're going to have a whole lot of life gain, but they're going to go awfully wide, and if they end up having... I think it's fine to protect this, right? Yeah, sure. If they end up having the Enduring Curiosity, is that the name of that one? We could be in a wee bit of trouble. From here, Surok to the field. I think it's fine. And now this Lllanowar Elf is going to be a little bit annoying. I don't want to actually attack in because they could have the flash creature. And if we end up running into that 2/1 flash creature, it would kind of suck. Put it down to 18. They seemingly have nothing. We also kind of have nothing. So is it Icetill Explorer or is it Esper Origins? I think it's kind of Esper Origins. Hopefully they don't have a Spell Snare. No. Okay. Putting the fetch land into the graveyard is good. And I'm also going to put the Lllanowar Elf into the graveyard as well. I'm going to attack. I think it's fine to attack with the Surok. Try to take them down to 14. Tishana's Tidebinder. I didn't expect that. I should have. Oh, I threw away my boy. Okay, sorry, Surok. My bad. They're down to 15. That was a blunder. But next turn, we can go out with the Esper Origins and hopefully try to find something on the top of our library that's going to help us out here. But now, with the Kaido, with their Bitter Bloom Bearer making a whole bunch of attackers, that's down to 14. I don't like where we're at. Another Esper Origins. All right, well, we're going to put out our 4/4. Hope it resolves. Royal Treatment, don't want it. I think Forest also don't really want it. Gotta find something a little bit better than that, right? What do we got? What are we drawing? Hopefully we're drawing something. Shaz's Chocobo? Okay. I could put the Shaz's Chocobo onto the field, which, you know what? Yeah. Attacking Kaito or trying to attack Kaito for 2 damage is not really going to be worth it, I think, in the end. There is the Wang Shitong. Wang Shitong actually kind of bad against, like, bad for us, really good against us, because every time we go to fetch with one of our fetch lands, we're going to be making old Wang Shitong a little bit bigger. I take a good amount of damage here. What do you got? What do you... Oh, another Kaito? They ninjutsu a Kaito for a Kaito. I never really thought about doing that, but that kind of makes sense. Like, you get another trigger on the Kaito. They can just tap down my Llyanowar Elf if they really wanted to. Don't they get another? Huh. I guess they don't get that. Well, I suppose it's Icetill Explorer. We put out the forest. I don't really want to put the escape tunnel out. The escape tunnel means that the opponent will get to make the Wang Shitong bigger, and we're only at 9. We got to be a little bit careful here. I'm going to put the Icetill Explorer out, and the reason I'm doing this is because the 4th level on this is actually kind of crazy. So if the opponent's not able to kill me on this following turn, we do kind of have like a really good attack. I'm pretty sure that's all my lands for the turn. I played a whole bunch of them. And we are definitely not going to attack. So we just want to be able to survive till the next turn. And if the Esper Mondoin is able to... If the Esper Mondoin is able to get in and attack here or go to the 3rd trigger, we might be able to overrun them. They're effectively at 9, right? How much is this? 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, in the air, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have to block the Kaito with something. I cannot afford to block. Oh no, they have just another Kaito. They can flash it in, right? Yeah, we were dead no matter what. That sucks. So everything was in the air. Boom. Okay, cool. Good on you, opponent. Nice little roundabout way of killing us there. So we get to go to a game number 3 against this opponent. And dang. Maybe I really do need the Melstriders. I can't really let this happen, right? These Bloom Bearers. But I just also kind of need to be a little bit faster. Paw Patch formation, maybe? How good is the Royal Treatment really going to be? No, I think we just leave it the way it is. Maybe where this battle, I only say battle because MTG dance battle, where this match or game kind of went arse up on me was when I threw away my Surrak. I think that was the big breaking point. We have an awesome opening hand. If I can keep this Llyanowar Elf on the field for 1 turn, huge advantage for me. Never happens, right? It never seems to work out for me. All right. Badgermole Cub, we do get to animate our forest, and hopefully next turn we do get to do this Esper Origins and find some good stuff. The opponent seemingly having nothing. Okay. Esper Origins. Surrak, not bad. Okay. I betrayed you in the past. This time around, I'm gonna treat you well. And we're also going to keep this Royal Treatment untapped because I think the amount of mana I'm generating with the forest is a little bit valuable for the future. So if I need to protect the Badgermole Cub with the Royal Treatment, that's what I'm going to be doing. They are making their land drops and holding removal by the looks of things. Okay. So let's do that. I think I'm going to tap like this. Put the Surrak onto the field. It's uncounterable. I am not attacking in with the Badgermole Cub because they have nothing. They certainly have flash creatures. I'm really surprised that they didn't have anything there. Do something, opponent. You're freaking me out. Okay. They only have 1 blue source, so they're not going to be able to flash in the kitty, the Enduring Curiosity. Okay. We jam an Icetill Explorer and we start putting a whole bunch of lands onto the field. Yeah. I wonder if they're holding a Wang Shitong or something like that. It could be anything. Yeah, Promising Vein, it's okay to go out this way. We're not doing anything else this turn, and am I attacking in with the Surrak? Probably not, right? The opponent does have the... No, I guess they couldn't block with either of these. Maybe I'm being too cowardly. They scared me in the last game. And now I don't really know. Oh man, if they have a board wipe, I'm going to be so sad. They could have Day of Black Sun here. It's so well within the realm of possibility. I will crack this just to thin the deck a little bit. I really wish I had the Earthbender Ascension. The Earthbender Ascension would be making this so much easier. Chocobo in the graveyard, that's fine. Ask, just ask. It's so easy. All you gotta say is, hey bro, can you please show up? They let it resolve. Crazy. Fable Passage, sure. Let's get a whole bunch of nasty things going here. Is this when I attack in? Now I feel more comfortable attacking. I'm not gonna get aetherized. Okay, let's go. Let's make this happen. Let's go. We gotta start doing. I don't understand what's happening. Okay. All right. Surely they have something. This doesn't make any sense. Nothing makes sense. What could have possibly been in the opponent's hand that they're just like land pass, and they did nothing in this deck? They played a single Requiting Hex with 7 cards in hand. I don't get it. That last opponent with the nastiest mind games, right? I don't know what to make of that last game. We had such good back and forths in game number 2, I guess, kind of. But that last game, that's all I can think of now. What did they have? What? Oh man, imagine if like this were a forest? Mulligan. It's not great. Okay. I think I have to keep this 6. It looks real bad. It looks real bad. And we're against an aggressive deck. It's probably going to be another Dimir deck. Are we going to have 3 Dimir? I thought this format was completely dominated by Izzet and green decks. I thought Dimir didn't exist anymore. And lo and behold, this is probably going to be a Dimir deck. Almost 100% certain somebody plays a Spyglass Siren with an island. Probably we're going to get a Black Source right now. Show me the Black Source. Ooh, colorless Source. I'm wrong. But what the deck's going to show me is a Badgermole off the top of the library. No, Esper Origins is pretty good though. Hopefully they don't have counter magic for it. This could be like a mono blue tempo control-y type of deck. And in that case, do you counter the Esper Origins? I don't know. They let it go. So we definitely want to put that into the graveyard. And I think we keep the forest on top. We'll draw it. We want to get up to 4 mana with the Icetill Explorer. And now with the Esper Origins, we want to be able to get those onto the field. Next turn, probably certainly going to go out with the Surrak. And there's the Flood Pitch Drowner. So maybe it is a mono blue. It's gotta be Dimir. I would bet my non-existent, well, there it is. I was right. Yes. And here's the Kaido. What an awful collection of games that I have run into. Excruciator into Kaido. But I guess this, I don't know, is this deck, the landfall deck is okay against the Dimir decks? I'm maybe it's fine. Stick to the plan. Surrak to the field, uncounterable. If they want to interact with Surrak, they're going to have to give us some cards, and then we'll try to figure out something. We are on a mulligan to 6. We are on the draw. We had a slow hand. Things don't look great, especially when the opponent's gone 1, 2, 3. Pretty much their ideal 1, 2, 3 in a lot of ways. Flood Pitch Drowner maybe could have been a little bit better, but hey, still a 2/1 Vigilance Attacker. Okay, a Verge for the opponent. I wonder if they're going to crack the map onto the Flood Pitch Drowner, try to get it up to 3/2 so they can tack into the Surrak very comfortably. Also, if I'm the opponent, maybe I'm just thinking about like tapping down the Surrak and saying, you know what, let them have a card. I'm going to attack in for enough damage. But maybe it's just coming in with the Kaido. is not the worst plan. Kaido it is. So no blocks on the old Kaido. Can this go to... when this enchanted creature fights up to one target creature and opponent controls. It doesn't fight planeswalkers, unfortunately. Wouldn't that be sweet if the resolve decided to like reach across the field and smack Kaido in the face? One can dream, right? All right, well, I suppose I need to use this on... Yeah, I suppose this is what we got to do. So Icetill Explorer gets out onto the field and we get to smack the Enduring Curiosity with the Surrak at the very least. It's removing a 4/3 attacker. I can't attack in with the Surrak though because he has taken 4 points of damage now. I can't play any more lands, so we just kind of got to hold a little bit. We are down to 12 though, and they are drawing a bunch of cards. They're probably going to be able to load up the Soulstone Sanctuary at some point, attacking with another thing. But probably the Kaito by itself is going to be a big enough problem. And I don't have anything that can really stop a Kaito, even in the sideboard. Okay, island for the opponent. They're up to 5 mana. Surely they have some pretty nasty things that they can do. If they're just attacking in with the Kaido, though, I can't really do anything about that. And the Deep Cavern Bat taking my Mightform Harmonizer is a little annoying, because that could have been, actually it would have been lethal had I been able to go with the Surrak on the following turn. The Surrak would have been huge. But they put some stun counters on old Surrak here, and they counter the Surrak's draw ability. Whoa, they neutered Surrak. Not only did they beat him down and stun him, they also removed all his equipment. What? What a horrible situation for old Surrak there. This poor guy. Oh, he's down and out. That's a thrashing. All right, Icetill Explorer. We get to put 3 additional lands onto the field. There's another Esper Origins. I'm kind of like all in on this Esper Origins doing some cool stuff for me. And I didn't want to put too many... I didn't want to do Fable Passage too many times because I'm not getting any triggers from it. I don't want to take out too many lands because I'm kind of running low on lands as that are in the deck right now. So Esper Origins at least gets to resolve. We get to find... removal. It's not good enough. No, it needs, you know what we need to find? We absolutely need to find Earthbender Ascension. If we don't find an Earthbender Ascension, we're there are very few cards in the deck that are not permanents. The Esper Origins hitting itself is an absolute kick in the mouth is what it is. That hurts so much. We're down to 10. The opponent's at 18. We are in such bad shape. I don't even think I can survive this assault from the opponent. I'm pretty sure they're going to have plenty of things to remove, and we're going to be chump blocking with the Icetill Explorers. Perhaps it was keeping the Meltstrider's resolve on the top of the library so that I could have hit the Deep Cavern Bat. Probably that's what it was, actually. And then I could have got the Mightform Harmonizer back with all of these landfall triggers from the Icetill Explorer. The thing is, I don't have Trample. And without Trample, I'm not really going to be able to do too much damage to the opponent. But I could attack in with enough creatures that maybe I could get around. I don't know. Okay, cracking the map on the bat, finally going up to 2 on that one. And they probably put the Kaido into the bin. No, they leave the Kaido on top, which is interesting. I suppose what they can do is attacking with the Kaido. If we end up blocking the Kaido, they can ninjutsu something else away, bring in the Kaido, and still get in for some damage with that creature. And they also just leave it on top so that they can make their Deep Cavern Bat ever so slightly bigger. They can do it one more time. The Deep Cavern Bat going up to 4. So they're going to hit us for 8 here. Is there really anything that I can do? Probably not. So they just wanted to leave it on top so that they could get the triggers onto, or the counters onto the Deep Cavern Bat. They're not even going to attack with the Kaido. I'm really surprised by that. Draw 1 card. And I think they still have a trigger with the Kaido. They can tap something down again. Probably a pretty good idea. So we are dead on board next turn if I don't do something drastic here. We are drawing a really bad card, but we do have quite a bit of mana available to us. We technically have 11 mana. This opponent is, it's going to kill me in the editing because I am going to be cutting so much from this. I get that there are lines that need to be considered, but we can play a little, just a little bit faster, right? Yeah, I guess it's not so bad. Well, 5 minutes less than my timer, which, okay, yeah, landfall, but still, come on, what are you deciding now? You're literally tapped out. I don't think there's anything that they can possibly do here. Make a land drop. You were thinking about making a land drop? Is that really what you were doing? Come on. Don't want. Please be something nasty off the top. Come on. Icetill Explorer. Not nasty enough. Okay. Esper Origins. Don't want. Okay. And I think I'm kind of like all in on Esper Origins, like gambling. Don't want. Really, deck? Okay. Please be something good. Please be something good. It can't be another Esper or Mightform Harmonizer. But the thing is, I'm dead on board. It's not enough. Right? Dang. So we needed this Mightform Harmonizer to come down before this one. And even then, I don't think it was going to be enough damage. So we'll scoop it up, right? I don't have anything that I can possibly do here. I can put out lands. The lands don't do anything. I can put... Yeah. No, we have 3 land drops, but it's not good enough. Okay. Game number 2. So in the last one, we kind of brought in the Surrock, and having the extra Surrock was kind of nice. The Meltstrider Resolve maybe is more valuable in this matchup than the Royal Treatments because they do have the Deep Cavern Bats. It's always nice to have Royal Treatment, but I think it's okay not to worry about it too much. We'll bring in the extra Surrock, and I think we'll go down one Esper Origin, or are we going to go down one? Go down one Baby Chocobo. I think the Baby Chocobo is a little bit too vulnerable when they have a bunch of hexes. Every black opponent playing 16 hexes, right? Those are what they gotta have. Oh, this opponent's taking forever with everything. Please play just like a little faster. All right, we'll try it. Shadow's Chocobo, I believe in you wholeheartedly, and I have this awesome art for the Esper Origin, so I'm always willing to keep it in hand. It didn't, you know what? Like last game, it was actually, this is kind of a cracked hand, right? So we go Esper Origins here. We find a second Mightform Harmonizer, which is not the worst thing. I don't want the Esper Origins. A second Mightform Harmonizer. It's a maybe. So let's say they go with the bat next turn. They're gonna take our Earthbender Ascension. Do I really want Mightform? Yeah, you know what? Let's keep it. It's a good card. Okay, we'll attack in for 1. So we're just praying that they don't have a Null, Spell Pierce, or the Deep Cavern Bat here. What we really want is a tap land. Please play a tap land. Okay. Oh, so nothing. But surely they've held something. I would like to get an extra point of damage from the Shaz's Chocobo, but I think it's probably better for me to try to bait a little bit of removal here so I can get the Earth. The Earthbender's Ascension is so important. Yes. Okay. So that was going to die. This gets on the field now, and we are officially cooking. Once you get Earthbender Ascension on the field, pumping up things with Mightform Harmonizers, things look so good. And of course, we're going to go out with the Esper Origin next turn to try to find maybe Icetill Explorer. Could be kind of good. Do I just attack in first? Yes. I think it's okay. Even if they kill the forest, it's not such a big deal. Okay. Well, Esper Origins, let's see. I don't find that people like to stop Esper Origins. It's one of those cards that I feel like people are like, yeah, let it resolve. But it does a lot. Graveyard, probably. I think. I don't think I want to draw either one of those cards. something good on the top of my library, please. Icetill Explorer. So it gained us life. It let us surveil cards. It's going to maybe draw me a card, and it's going to coax out a removal spell from the opponent. So like, man, this card is just so good. But it's kind of like, it's kind of fair in a lot of ways. Like 2 mana and 4 mana to do it. It does some crazy stuff if you don't remove it. I don't know. I love it. Are they thinking about stifling it? Oh, okay. So what does this mean? They have stifled it, and they've turned it into 3 abilities removed. All the abilities are removed. Is it still going to get +1/+1 counters? From, not +1/+1 counters. It's still going to get the, what are they called? I don't know what these counters are called. Chapter counters, maybe? Let's see. It should. It doesn't. So now it's just, oh, oops. It's okay. It's okay. I should not have put that out like that. Oh, baby. So, Icetill Explorer. Surrak, not bad. And I suppose what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fight with my forever summon Mondoin. We will, oh. So I guess this gives its abilities back now. So it's not really a forever Esper Mondoin anymore, is it? now it's a regular one, but it's okay. So next turn we're actually gonna get, next turn is gonna be crazy if they just like establish. We're gonna get 4 mana from the Esper Mondoins. We're also already at 6 mana. We're gonna have 10 mana. Plus we're gonna have Icetill Explorer, double land things. We're gonna have Mightform Harmonizer coming in. Like, and our Earthbender Ascension is gonna go up to at least 4 counters on it. Like, there's so many great things that are happening right now with this deck, and I have no idea what the opponent could possibly do to deal with everything. Oh, I spoke. So a smart player, I guess, would have known that they would have hand disruption, and I would have made sure to switch the Icetill Explorer with the Surrak, because the Surrak was the one that was less important. I needed the Icetill Explorer for the following turn, not the current turn. So I should have known that, and I should have played it better. My bad. Still, this is how much damage? Do I just make Earthbend things? Sure, right? And then I can put out still the Mightform Harmonizer or Surrak. I think I just put out the Surrak. Sure. And we attack in for 10 damage? 12, oh, it was 12 damage. Was it 12 damage? It was 12 damage. I miscount. I went 5 and 5 and I got 10 in my head. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. I'm not very smart. All right, we got one back on Jackson, so we are now going to our third match against our third game against our third match of Dimir opponents. All right, Jackson. Let's see what you got for me. We get to play second on the draw again. I just realized what Jackson is, like Jackson. When I read it aloud, it for some reason it triggered the second time, and it like, oh yeah, cute. Okay. We have our Badgermole Cubs. We haven't seen a spell snare yet. So at the very least, maybe we can Earthbend a forest, I suppose. The opponent did keep 7 though, meaning they probably got something. A Deep Cavern Bat. Okay, so they get to remove one of our Badgermole Cubs. Probably. I think if you see Badgermole Cubs in your opponent's hand, I think you gotta remove them, right? Unless you're sitting on a handful of hexes. Jackson saw 2 Badgermole Cubs, and I think may have pieced out. No, okay, finally. Now I'm realizing that the opponent, when I looked at the timers previously, that was only game 1 that they were down so much time on me, just in game 1. Like, oh, I hate it. It's just annoying, especially annoying when I'm recording, because I know I'm gonna have to sit there and I'm gonna have to cut so much stuff out. Woe is me, I suppose, right? Meltstrider Resolve, not bad, especially if they tap out here. Maybe I can try to get rid of the Deep Cavern Bat. Maybe? But now with the Hex, it makes things a little bit sketchier. I'm not really sure how I can go about things. Ah. Ah. Well, I suppose I do that. And I suppose I free my boy. Did I do this the right way? Or did I do it the wrong way? Okay. Something there kind of stuttered and it scared me a little bit. Okay, we now have a couple of forests, a couple of Badgermole cubs, and a lot of hopes and dreams that the opponent doesn't have Black Sun. They have Black Sun would be awfully punishing right about now. I got hit with a fire magic earlier. Oh boy. When you draw the wrong end of this deck against an opponent that's sitting on a fire magic, whoo-wee, it feels real bad. Those are the licks you're gonna have to take. So another Requiting Hex. So they were sitting on a bunch of Requiting Hexes. That's 2 plus the Deep Cavern Bat. We need to make sure that we can get this one onto the field, and if we can do that, we'll be in okay shape. So next turn, probably we go Basing Say into Badgermole Cub, and then jam the Icetill Explorer. We don't have any lands in the graveyard, though, unfortunately. Still, I think this is probably the best way to go about things. Or is it Esper Origins, Esper Origins? Maybe? I don't hate it. Hey, look at that. Lands in the graveyard. Put them both in the graveyard. And we may as well do this one too. Basing Say, Shaz's Chocobo. So I can draw Shaz's Chocobo next turn. Put out, yeah, okay. So we're hoping that the Badgermole Cub survives. If the Badgermole Cub survives, we can go Chocobo, Icetill Explorer, load up everything. I don't like this attack. Oh, especially since they didn't. Oh, I'm terrified. I'm terrified. What does this mean? Okay. Let's try the Shaz's Chocobo. They definitely have interaction of sorts. So, hey, let's go for it. Let's do it. Come on, baby. Resolve. Oh, wow, Disdainful Stroke. I haven't been hit by a Disdainful Stroke in a very long time. Oh, this was probably a hasty attack. My poor Badgermole Cub's gonna get hit by a Tishana. Although, do they put it in front of the forest? Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with this. Yay. We didn't get maximum punished. We got... Yeah, that's fine, right? I think I'm okay with that. Why would you let me keep a Badgermole Cub around when you could trade off the Tishanas? Okay, they're down to 1 card. Is this like a desperation attack from the opponent, or are they sitting on a Day of Black Sun? I fear the board wipe. Why is everything kind of weird right now? Okay, Esper Origins. I don't think I want... Do I want this? Bossing... No, I already have a Bossing Say. Okay, I think I need to find better things. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Something good off the top. Fable Passage is okay in my book. What could this final thing be? You know what? I'm not even going to try to attack in to find out. Do we want to draw a land? Do we want to draw an escape tunnel? I think that's okay. Okay, we'll leave escape tunnel on top. And I think it's okay to attack in with this. Yeah, Shaz's Chocobo can go in. Just get in for 2. Okay, 16. We're at 22. We have the summon Esper Mondoin on the field. This is going to give us a lot of mana for the future. We also have these wonderful Esper Origins coming out of the graveyard. We're definitely seeing the deck do it in a little bit of a weirder way. Opponent slightly flooded out with 6 lands, 2 creatures on the field. Could they be thinking about playing like a kitty cat? No, nothing. Wild to me. Okay, so we get our Esper Mondoin mana, and we are just going to jam the second Esper Mondoin with that mana. Earthbender Ascension is exactly what we want to see. Shaz's Chocobo is also not... It's not good enough, I don't think. Okay. And you better believe that I am using the mana from these fours to put this Earthbender's Ascension on the field. They could have an annul. No, they don't. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Huge here because we're going to get so many triggers with the Fable Passage. We have a really good attacking board right now. I think it's okay to crack this. Get our Shaz's Chocobo up a little bit bigger. And I can't really do much else other than play out a Fable Passage for the turn. I don't think I've played my land. Escape Tunnel. I think I said Fable Passage. Escape Tunnel to the field. Why not? So the Earthbender Ascension now actually making the Shaz's Chocobo into a Tramply Boy. You must have something. They must have something. Okay, it is a tap down. Okie dokie. Well, the thing is, we are going to have trampling creatures next turn. All of these creatures are going to gain +2/+2 and trample next turn. Plus, we still have the Fable Passage and the Escape Tunnel to crack for the Earthbender Ascension pump. So things are looking awfully good. The opponent with 2 cards, I don't think they're great cards. And we're also going to have a ton of mana. They have to know that the Esper Mondoin is going to be a big threat to them on the following turn. And this is a suspicious attack. Is this a Kaido? You block, right? You block all day long. They shuffle away the Shaz's Chocobo. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think it's fine. Use your mana. Please use your mana. I'm so afraid of what they could possibly have. That's not a great draw. We are going to use our 2 mana here with the Esper Origins, though, and maybe try to find something a little bit juicier. Okay, top of the library. Both cards are great. Mightform, Harmonizer, this turn or next turn? This turn? So if I put this onto the field now, cracking or just using this mana, I think I just use this mana. Let's just do this. Okay. So it is warped onto the field. We have 2 things that we can crack. Do they have Aetherize? Could you imagine an Aetherize? Is that what I'm putting them on right now? Am I really gonna do that? Oh, thank goodness. All right. So I think probably they're dead because we attack with both these. We have triggers from the Earthbender Ascension and the Mightform Harmonizer. This is a lot of damage that's going to be coming in on them. Okay, the opponent blocks with the Forest or on the Forest with Tidebinder. They have 1 more card. If they have... it's going to be tricky. If they have a Hex... they're not playing like they have a Hex, though. And even if they do have a Hex, it's kind of fine, right? Like, we kind of... I think what I do is I crack the Escape Tunnel and the Fable Passage on the Badgermole Cub, turn it into a very lethal attack. Now this block makes me think that they have a Hex for the Badgermole Cub. So do I actually just want to put all the counters onto the Forest? Kinda? And yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Why not? So this is lethal damage. They need to have Hex or something for... They got nothing. They got nothing. They needed another way of stopping all that damage from the Badgermole Cub. They would have survived if they could have killed the Badgermole Cub, but look at that. We are out here hunting Dimir decks, smoking 3 in a row. Not smoking, they were pretty hard fought battles, but we do take down 3 Dimir decks. Is Landfall confirmed the Dimir Hunter? All right, so this Landfall deck doing its Landfall things. I would have liked to see how it performs against some other decks. In fact, when I was making my run from Platinum into Diamond, I actually had to go up against 3, I believe it was 3 in a row, Lessons decks, and I was able to take down Lessons with this deck as well. I wonder how it would do against something like a Jeskai control or maybe a more like mill-based control deck. I'm not sure if they would have the resources or the tools to be able to slow down this thing. The thing is, you kind of have to constantly be beating down this landfall deck, or it's just going to kill you, because there are so many things in the deck that, like, all the earthbend creatures have haste. So basically at any moment, suddenly a Mightform Harmonizer hits the field, and boom, 20 damage out of nowhere. Like this deck finds a way to deal insane amounts of damage out of nowhere, and you saw that in some of these games. But if you're able to keep on top of their creatures, like the landfall creatures, and if you are, they stumble ever so slightly, you can take a victory against this deck. It's not immortal. It does feel good in a lot of matchups, though. That being said, all of the Dimir opponents, I felt like those games were like just a few cards in my favor versus the opponent, and they could have very easily gone to the opponent any number of times. So yeah, maybe I got a little bit lucky. Maybe it was that expert play that definitely didn't exist. But yeah, landfall, it's man, it comes back to what I said in a couple of videos ago, and somebody commented on it as well. It's fine when I do it. It's just not fine when the opponent does it. When the opponent's doing the landfall things, it's the worst thing in the world. When I'm doing the landfall things, I start cackling like an idiot because it's super fun to suddenly have 40 damage out of nowhere that I definitely didn't deserve having. That's just how it is, right? Let me know what you think about Landfall. Let me know what you think about Badgermole Cub. I'm always curious what people's opinions of this little fella are. Man, the games are so much easier when you do draw your Badgermole Cub, but the deck can still get it done without it. That's it for this one. Take care for now. Sarangi ipon, and I will see all of you in the next one. Oh, and let me know down in the comments what you're excited about from Strixhaven, because it's coming very soon. See you then.